Hey everyone, today I have a quick installation and test video for the Man Kave Specialties forward safety sear. This is applicable for the Gen 1 and or Gen 2 FS2000 trigger pack. Obviously the Gen 2 lacks the forward safety sear, so that's why Man Kave makes them. They are made out of hard anodized aluminum and include the spring needed for tension. Installation on this is pretty much almost like doing it on the PS90 pack. Obviously we have to disassemble the gun, so we'll work on doing that first real quick. You need to make sure your hammer's down, otherwise you won't be able to get the trigger pack out of the gun. Use your disc take down disassembly pin, pull your upper off, set it aside because you won't need it. Pull your bolt carrier assembly out, set that off to the side. Take your front assembly off, set it aside, peel the back butt plate up as you slide off. Slides off just like a PS90, and then you pull the pack out. There's no detent like there is in the PS90. So here's your FS2000 trigger pack. You'll need just basic punches, a hammer, and those pliers to do this installation. I usually have a little board that I have holes drilled into to punch pins out. Here it is. So we're going to punch this front pin out here. It holds the spring legs down for the hammer. You want to take the tension off that. Now one thing you need to note when you're driving these pins out, one side is knurled, whereas in the PS90s they're not. You need to pay attention to which side is knurled. On this particular pack, the knurling's on the right hand side, but on occasion I have an already completed pack here, the knurling is on the left side. Somebody must have just installed it wrong, so pay attention to that. So what we're going to do is just drive that pin out, get a brass punch and a little brass hammer. You should be able to come out most of the ways. Your little legs of your spring are going to want to come up. Just let that sit there. There's your knurling, as you can see. Just make sure you install it back like that. And here is Man Kave's forward safety sear. And the little spring that you need. I found the best way to install this is with a couple of punches, and you play a little balancing game here. So what I'll do is I'll take a punch, fold this side down, stick your punch in there so it holds that leg down. Take another punch into our round object, fold the other side down, stick him in there, and just make sure there's not a whole lot sticking out there and their legs are all the way spread to the side. So then you can take your sear, your forward safety sear, it installs like this. I'll set it in there. And I'll push the one side through just enough so it kind of starts to stick through, because now we need to install a spring. So I'll grab a pair of needle nose pliers. Pardon my camouflage band-aid there. I'll grab the spring like that. You just want to stick it in there and push your punch that way so you capture the spring. So now you can work on reinstalling this guy. What I'll now do is I'll take this side, take some tension off that leg with the needle nose pliers so you can get that through there. You can just kind of push it a little bit, Go slowly to make sure you capture the spring with the pin, and I'll just push it all the way through. You'll be able to get most of the way. If the legs give you any trouble, what I mean, there's workable to where you can just push them out of the way, and then I'll set it on a flat surface. And I like to make sure it's flush. So I'll take just give it a couple. Make sure it's flush there. Make sure that you've got tension on there. Your spring will sit up in here in this pocket, and then it'll also rest on top of the hammer pack. So now when you cock the hammer, the forward safety sear engages the detent in the hammer. So if you somehow dropped your FS2000 or your F2000 and it caused the rear sear to come back, your forward safety sear is going to catch on that latch and not allow it to fire. Other than that, reassemble your gun and go test fire it. So as you saw from a couple of those quick clips of firing, this is that forward safety sear after about 100 rounds. That's about all I had time to put through it. Really the only wear I can see is on the top, the latch right there. You see the anodizing is worn off. Other than that, I don't see any abnormal wear on the hammer from the aluminum and plastic interfacing each other. The rest of the anodizing looks good. So there you have it. If you want to turn your Gen 2 FS2000 pack into a Gen 1 and include your forward safety sear, Man Kave Specialties has just what you need. Thanks for watching, everyone.